Hello, hello. I've forgotten what day of the week it is already. So for our purposes, I'm sharing with you the back end stuff of my webinar replays. Oh my gosh. So I want to show you guys something really cool. So there's a backstory to this, which is sometimes technology just doesn't work the way that we want it to. So for example, over the weekend, this is a replay page that I have created, which I think that you guys already have, by the way, inside of CES dashboard. If you don't have it, it should be there. Like this was one of the templates that I made recently or gave you guys access to recently. So really quick. Over the weekend, we had a sale that was going on for this. This was an evergreen funnel that we've been testing around, and there was an issue with the replay page. We did not realize this, obviously, until we got a bunch of emails about it, and we were like, I don't know what's happening. So turns out that despite the fact that there are timers, what we didn't realize is when you are making a timer, you have the option to set it to evergreen, which is like if I'm running an evergreen webinar and I want people to only have access to this webinar for 48 hours, which is 2 days, obviously. You guys can do math. Sorry, didn't mean to insult anybody's intelligence there. If I wanted them to have access to this, I know that they're going to get it 37 minutes after the webinar ends. They're going to get the replay page, which is why it's 23 minutes. 1 hour, 23, 1 day, 23 hours, 23 minutes. The problem that we had on my end was that we had it set to standard, which means that it was set to when we were doing this as a non-evergreen webinar. And so it was ending on the 12th of March, which if you guys aren't aware, it's not the 12th of March. So we had a bunch of people who were like, it's just immediately going and redirecting to the sales page, which is what it was supposed to do in March, but it's not March anymore. And so the problem was that we had it set up that way. So this is me telling you, did you know that you can do some really cool things with timers inside of Leadpages? For example, you can set it up to once this timer ticks out, you can redirect them directly to a sales page. But what I want to show you now is this showing and hiding. And so what your page is going to look like is it's a lot longer than what your people are going to see. Hang on, let's see if we can make it a little bit bigger without making the page itself smaller. There we go. Okay. So what your people are going to see is not this entire sales page all at once, because you can see right here, oh no, you missed the replay. I don't want people to have missed the replay. That's not what I want. Well, good news. What this timer is set up for is that it's going to show this section right here where it says, oh no, you missed the replay. When the timer runs out, it's going to show them this section and it's going to hide the actual replay video. The reason for doing that is because you want to be able to give people kind of a heads up that they missed something. You want to give them the idea like, oh no, you actually missed the replay and you can't just come back to this page and continue to watch this video. Because that's sometimes what people do when it comes to replays. If you don't have, and this could be for anything, by the way, it doesn't have to necessarily be for a replay page. Let's say you're running a flash sale and there's a coupon code and you want that coupon code to only be active from Monday through Friday. And on Saturday morning, it's inactive and you don't want anybody to see that. Good news, you can still set this up. The way that you have to do it, though, is creating a new section. So inside of your layout, all I did was I copied my hero, which is what they call it's their kind of classic header, not like header, like the top of the page, whatever it is. This is just what Leadpages calls it. I don't know why. It drives me bananas sometimes, but here it is. I just duplicated my hero, which I should really probably rename, and made sure to change the text. And that's really all that it was. And now from here, I'm able to say, I want to show them the, oh no, you missed the replay message. And I want them to not be able to see the replay itself. Because the whole goal of this is kind of like a squeeze page, I guess is what it's called. Whoops-a-daisies. Poor Lynn. I never want Lynn on my pages. This is technically like a squeeze page, I guess. It's not necessarily like a hard sales page. It's kind of more of like if you want access to this replay, here's what you get when you sign up thanks to the replay, and here's what you get when you join the course and sign me up. And just remember, here it is. This is still saying, like, I want you to sign up. This is giving them a clear call to action. Grab your bonuses, grab your templates, sign up for the course, whatever it is, join the mastermind. Whatever your goal is with your people, you are able to set a timer and then have it run out. Have some kind of like a consequence happen on this page. So if they really want to watch this webinar and it's been 3 days after it, sorry, it's kind of disappeared. And now this kind of comes back to you. Do you have to do this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You can let everybody watch your webinars, watch your videos, whatever it is. You can do you. This is not like a mandatory thing at all, but it is really cool. It is a really cool option to know that when you have a lead page or a sales page and you don't necessarily want to have to make a brand new page, because trust me, I think I have 14 pages of lead pages right now, like inside of my actual lead pages account. There's 14 pages of them. It gets overwhelming. So instead of just adding to that, I'm going to take this same page and I'm just going to do hiding certain sections. I want to still give people the opportunity to join the membership, even if the time ran out, but I don't want them to be able to watch the webinar and the replay and the training, whatever it is, over and over and over again. I still want them to take an action. And so by having kind of a consequence and having that timer run out, and the way that this works, by the way, and it does work because myself and my virtual assistants who help me in the back end stuff, it was cookied to 2 of us. So this timer had run out for 2 of us, myself and my project manager. But when I handed it off to my customer support VA, she was able to get in without a problem. She was able to see it like it was fresh and brand new. So that tells me that the cookie is working. So that was a really positive thing. So Leadpages does, at least to the extent of my knowledge, have cookies that you can customize and everything. So that was a really cool thing to have learned. But on the other side of this, I guess, is I now have a bunch of other replay pages that I'm like, this is what I want to have happen on the replay pages. I don't necessarily want them to redirect just to the sales page, because then people are going to be confused. And what's my favorite thing to say? Confused people don't. What's the answer, everybody? Confused people don't buy. And I don't want to confuse people anymore. So I'm going to keep them on this page and I'm just going to remove the video. So what I have to do, instead of saying, oh no, I've got to go through all of my pages and copy and paste this into them. Here's the cool thing. Are you ready for this? We're going to come over here to these little 3 dots on each section. We're going to go to copy, and then I'm going to go over to my other page. So bear with me. We're going to another page here. And this is a separate page. Oh, I did this backwards, but that's okay. We're going to pretend like it's not there. So we're going to go here to the same kind of general format. It's a different webinar. And we're going to go here to these 3 dots, and we're going to go to paste, and I'm going to say above. Oh, yes. I have now copied and pasted from my own other lead page, an entire section into this page as well. And now we're just going to do the same general thing up here where we're going to say show and hide, show that one, hide that one, whatever it is. And then it's going to be done. And that's it. One more pro tip, by the way, if you have 2 timers on your page, because I did this and I don't want anybody else to do this. If you have 2 timers on your page, set one of them to make sure that it doesn't actually do anything. Because I had one that redirected to the other page and one that showed and hid the different sections. And spoiler, the redirect overrides the show and hide. So it literally was just sending people, even though I'm like, I swear I'm looking at this one up here and it says show and hide. And I swear it says it right there. I didn't account for the fact that down here at the very bottom, there was another one that redirected to a different sales page. So if you have two different timers, personal recommendation, your bottom one, which is closest to this, by the way, is just a checkout that's embedded from ThriveCart. We're testing that out to see if it works better. If you have a timer at the bottom close to a call to action, have that one at the bottom do nothing so that this one at the top is your kind of control hub. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Your control hub to redirect things as necessary. So yeah, it doesn't have to be as difficult as I had made it. But it makes it nice and easy now going forward that I know that people who are clicking on this page are going to have the same kind of timer, and that instead of them getting forced directly into the checkout in ThriveCart, they're still going to see the page. They're still going to be able to say like, oh, I am on the replay page. Oh, but I missed it. So now I have the option, and I did like full stop. I did give them the, like I'm extending these bonuses to you. I don't want them to feel like jilted. Like if, oh no, I missed out on this, even though I didn't get the replay or I didn't see it, because that kind of stuff does happen. I extend them the bonuses. Do you need to? Absolutely not. Totally up to you. Do you need to do that? No way. You don't need to. But I did. We're going to test it out and see how it goes. Full stop. And now everybody who signs up for my webinars is going to be like, oh, I know I can still get the bonuses. Yeah, go for it. I'm overly generous with bonuses. So yeah, I know it saves so much time. I can literally like go to my favorite sales pages. I can start with a blank page, and then from all of my other lead page templates that I've created, I can make a Frankenstein page on a completely blank page and make the most mammoth sales page that you've ever seen in like 15 minutes. Just doing that general copy and paste thing right here. So yeah, full stop. I do not like to start with a blank page when it comes to lead pages, because I do have so many different things. I will usually make some kind of a Frankenstein-y monster sales page because I hate starting from scratch. I just absolutely hate it. I also am not a huge fan of the way this looks now that I'm looking at it, because it like takes up a lot of space. But that's a totally separate, it's a totally separate problem. Alrighty, guys. So I hope that helped. I hope that gave a lot of answers to questions, and maybe even questions that you didn't know that you had. And yeah, my whole thing when it comes to honestly just everything in general with business and with continue to have fun, continue to learn, and that's how you learn, is through having fun. So I hope that made sense, and I hope that it helped, and thank you for being here, and I will see you guys around. Bye.